In this video, we're going to calculate angles using the sine rule. Remember, the sine rule is given to you in your formula booklet. The only thing to remember really from this sine rule is that one, we only need to use two parts of it, and also that if you have little b, for instance, the angle big B is opposite it. Okay, so looking at this question here, we can see we have two pairs of information, and as I can draw across, I can use the sine rule. So let's use the sine rule. So I'm just going to use two parts of it. So A is equal to sine A is equal to B over sine big B. Sub in my values. So A, I'm going to say this is A, so that's 13. So its angle is x, so sine x. Remember, it's the angle opposite. B, therefore, is this one, 12, and its angle is opposite it, sine 64. Now, I need to get sine x on its own and at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by sine x, and that will mean that will go over to there. And then everything by sine 64, so that will go on the top of the other side. So we're cross multiplying. What's the result? Well, 13 sine 64 is equal to 12 sine x. So the sine terms have switched sides and now at the top. Now I need to get sine x on its own, so I'm going to divide everything by 12. So moving this back up to here, I'm going to get sine x is equal to 13 sine 64 over 12. Put that into my calculator, make sure I'm watching out for brackets. You get 0.9736, etc., etc. Then we need to do the inverse of sine, because we know the ratio, but we want to work out the angle. Remember to use your answer button. And this becomes 76.8287, etc. So to three significant figures, it's 76.8 degrees. Now, let's look at the angle. That looks like an acute angle, so 76.8 sounds about right. Now, for this second example, you just need to watch out when you do these sine questions, because this here, angle x, is obviously an obtuse angle. So we just need to watch and do something a little bit extra at the end. So I'm going to write down my formula. That's obviously the sine rule. So A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. Sub in my values. Well, I'm going to make A this one, and then this can be, x can be big A. So I'm going to get 50 over sine x is equal to 16 over sine 8. As before, cross multiply, so the sine 8 is going to go on the top here, and the sine x is going to cross and go on the other side. So I'm going to be left with 50 sine 8 is equal to 16 sine x. Now I'm going to divide by 16, so I get sine x is equal to 50 sine 8 over 16. Put that into my calculator, and what I would get is that sine x is going to be equal to 0.4349, etc. So now let's do the inverse of sine. To get that, remember to use your answer button, and this becomes 25.7799. Now, angle x does not look like it's going to be about 26 degrees. If you remember from our work on areas of triangle, that to find the other value of x which has the same sign, we do 180 minus our angle. So x is going to be 180 minus 25.7799, etc. And if you put that in, you get 154.22005. So to three significant figures, our answer is 154 degrees, which looks a lot better.